industry, run their companies, recruit their subcontractors, and it's been great. It's been great. It's been great. So far, I've had about 650, well, now like 700 entrepreneurs I've created since 2020.
Okay. You got the next question. They said I was talking.
Yeah. I do have a question. No, I do. So you talked about you want to be married again. You feel like you were meant to be a wife. And that's a beautiful thing. First of all, I can imagine, I know you were an amazing wife. I already know that. Super supportive. Because that's you. That's you with your friends. So I know that's how you were in your marriage. Super supportive, right? My question for you is, having experienced a marriage where you had your children and you had this whole family unit, when it comes to, because I know you're dating, I'm not gonna say home. I'm not gonna say home. I'm not gonna do you like that. But I know you're dating, and I know you're not money driven. Okay, for the people on here, Chanita, who knows the type of men that you date. Look, who knows the type, because some people on here know the type of people you date. And let me tell y'all this, just so y'all know. Chanita had connected me at one time. So you don't want to talk about that. I'm gonna move past it. Knowing the type of people you date, because I feel like you ain't gonna date an average Joe. I don't. I'm sorry. You're not. So while you're not money driven, would you say though you have a standard in terms of where they need to be financially in order for them to get that time of date?
Y'all not gonna throw me under the bus about like the girl when she was talking about she wouldn't date the trash man. I think she answered it wrong. So let me give you an example about what I mean. I have to have a standard at this point, right? I'm about to hit the 50th floor, coming up on the 50th floor. And yes, there was a time, and it could be a time now if it's the right person that meets me and what I need. Like you said, I think security is very important. How a person protects you spiritually, mentally, all that's high on my list. And I used to have the standard. Somebody used to say, Chanita, you only would date rich people or well-off people or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, listen, I could date the trash man. Because if I date the trash man 6 months later, he gonna own the trash company. So I'm not tripping about dating the trash man. That's not the issue in 2023. The issue for me about dating the trash man or somebody who doesn't match where I am in 2023, people might not like this response, is social media. Here it is, you go get this guy, and he might not necessarily be able to match what it is that you have financially, but he checks all the other boxes, right? And as a strong, smart woman, I believe I'm smart, I began to level up this man. We leveling up together, like, hey, I'm gonna bring you up to where I am. Let me speak into the man in you, the king in you. Let me help you with your goals, your dreams, what it is you want to do in life, right? And so literally, I now speak into this man and I bring him up. What is starting to happen that I see from a lot of my friends and a lot of my people is they date, I'm not going to use the word down, they date financially lower, they bring the man up, and then now once that happens, he begins to look out for other options on, okay, I got all my stuff together, I'm awesome and amazing, and then the conversation turned real quick. You're not the only person that want me. You're not the only person that see value in me. And I think they tend to kind of forget the person who is with them on the journey, like that little saying, you went in the gym shooting with me. So I believe that because I'm older, there was a lot of us, when you take away social media, when a man found a good woman, they focused on that good woman and how can I build and grow. I just had a conversation with somebody I'm like this with, and I'm not going to throw them under the bus. I said, listen, the reason why you can't find a wife is because you find a woman and she'll be 80%. Like they tell me everything, and she'll be 80%. And a week later, they'll be like, sis, so I seen this other girl. And I'll be like, you just told me you met 80%.
Oh no.
And you like, oh, but I was scrolling on Instagram and I seen this other woman. And I believe now social media has just created too many options because you live in Huntsville, Alabama. Let me tell y'all the truth. If you take away social media, you only see who's in Huntsville, Alabama. 9 times out of 10, back in the day, you gonna marry who you seen in Huntsville, Alabama, or a city or two over. Those were your options. Now,
Right.
Sarah from Huntsville, Alabama, is talking to Joe Bob in Nigeria because of social media. So
Yep.
to answer your question, no, I
Yep.
have a financial standard, and I can't derive or detour from that financial standard because I am a big package and I created the life that I want to live. And at this age, I just don't want to help somebody build up their life.
That's right. I feel so. See, that's how I feel too. And you know, let me tell y'all, when she says big package, because me and her, we had this conversation probably like a week ago. We got all these kids, okay? We got all these kids, and we are thankfully to the gifts that God has given us. We are still allowing them to be accustomed to a certain lifestyle. We're able to make sure they do the things they want to do. They travel when we want to travel, right? All of that. So anybody coming in to our lives to try to court, date, whatever you want to say, they are going to have to be in a certain financial position because as a woman, and when you talk about being in your femininity and being in your female energy, we don't want to have to be footing everything because in order for our kids to keep living the way we got them living on our own, you ain't able to do that. So we taking care of us, our kids, you, and don't let you have kids. So we gonna take care of them too. That's not what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? We need someone who can come in and who can hold it down as the man. That's what I say now. That's how I feel. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell y'all what number I've been telling, because I ain't gonna lie, let me tell you, I was at the pool one day and I was talking to this guy because he was sitting over there laying on the thing. I said, oh, you know, I'm silly, Chanita. You know I'm silly. So I said, child, look at him over there sleep. So I went over there and thumped his foot and I was like, hey, you over here cuddled up on this thing, right? I did. So anyway, we started talking, just had some good conversation. And I told him, yeah, because if you ain't making every month, then don't even try to talk to me because it ain't gonna work. Me and him was talking, not about himself, but I was telling him how I am with people. He just went through a divorce and stuff too. So you've got to bring a certain thing to the table because if not, I can do this by myself. I can do this by myself. So if you got to be bringing.
Okay, but wait, it's two sides to this. I wanted to make sure I made this clear. So, ladies, I feel like I had this conversation with my best friend. Some of these got unrealistic expectations. Now, let me start right there with this financial. You cannot expect or be asking for, I'm just being hypothetical, a man got to make $500,000 a year. You don't even make $50,000 a year. So let me roll this thing back a little bit. Whatever it is that we're talking about, first of all, two things. Number one, is okay to build and grow with a man. I'm talking to everybody between 20 and 35, okay? 20 to 35, y'all can build and grow together. Y'all can get together and build an empire. That's 20 to 35. 35 and up, you need to look at life a bit different because you're on the side of life. Now, with these standards, ladies, I tell people it's some great men that women are missing out on. Like, it's facts. I don't know where these unrealistic expectations of men got to make $250,000 or got to make $500,000 or got to be a millionaire to date me. I'm lost because I'm looking at life standards, right? The average American, let's just go with average. I think it went up from 24,000 to about 30,000 a year. So the average American out here is making about 30,000 a year, maybe between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. That's on average, right? I'm talking about the women here. When you go to look at whom you're looking for, you have to look at where am I in my life and where I want to go and where are they? How do the standards change? And I'm talking to the women, where you making between 50 and 100, but he has to make 250 to a million. Who made them rules up? Because last I checked, in this country and these United States, if you find a man at 50,000 and above, that's above average. If you find somebody from 75 to 150, you living an amazing life. That person has access to get a place to live, to have a car to drive, to take 2 vacations a year. It's some unrealistic standards going on because of social media when it comes to this money. I want that girl who posted on Home Depot, and I went to Home Depot. Y'all sleeping on Home Depot. Home Depot got amazing health benefits, okay? They got health care. They have 401k. There's people at Home Depot that's making upwardly 6 figures, but your mindset saying, I ain't dating him because he's working at Home Depot. Huh? At least you know where he at when it's time to go to work. An entrepreneur just be outside. Home Depot.
I think the biggest thing too, outside of that, and I'm gonna speak for me, and probably it will resonate with some people, is also the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to share the same mindset. We have to share the same goals when it comes to legacy and leaving a legacy, and you know, building for our children's future. You know what I'm saying? So you can have little money, or you can meet somebody who has a lot of money, but their mindset is not there. You know what I'm saying? And that matters too. So if I can't, okay, so I can't be with someone whose mindset is okay with being at a certain level. I need someone who's always striving for more and to do better, because that's how I move. So for me, Chanita, I work circles around people. I just do. My work ethic, my drive is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, God dang, girl, how you do all that in one day? It's crazy. So I cannot be with someone and see me working circles around them all day, and they only done needed a little bit of something. And I'm like, because I'll start to be like, it causes me, I'm just gonna be honest, since we're having an honest conversation, it will cause me to lose a level of respect, because I feel like I'm working circles around you. Like, and so that's what I be telling my girls all the time, man. I don't know what my future looks like for me, because yeah, man.
Future is on another continent and another country. I can tell easily and effortlessly.
Oh, I know that.
And I get in when I say
I know. So Chanita, we have to share something with them that I don't think we've ever shared before. We're not gonna say a name, of course. Chanita, tell them about your hookup, how you hit me up, and how that went. Are you in Huntsville, Start from the beginning.
I called because someone called me from the continent of Africa, and they were coming, and this is how you know you don't be knowing stuff. They called me, and a lot of times, as me being an ambassador working on the continent of Africa, it works on both ends. Like when I'm going to Africa or people are traveling there, I make sure they're good, they're safe, the business is going to work out the right way. But most people don't know when people come from Africa to the US. And so it's called global inclusion. It means including business in both places, right? And so the person called me and was like, hey, I'm coming to America. I need you to make sure I need to stay at this hotel, you know, get me a car. I'm like, I don't work for you. You know, I say that to them all the time, but a lot of them are friends, and they said, but I'm getting ready to go to Huntsville. I said, Alabama? They said, yes. I said, for what? They said to buy some helicopters. Y'all ain't listening to me. I said, buy some helicopters. They like, yeah, you didn't know? A lot of helicopters are built and produced in Alabama. Who would have ever knew, y'all? I didn't know they was building helicopters and producing aircrafts in Alabama. So I was like, okay, you're going, wait. And then they said, not helicopters with an S. So, you know, that's a lot of money. So I'm like, okay. And they were like, yeah, so you got to get it taken care of. And I was like, who live in Huntsville? Melody. So I'm like, I'm like, you single? What's going? I said, what's your relationship status looking like these days? And so I asked him a few questions, and I was like, okay. I was like, I have somebody that lives in Alabama. And I think y'all should exchange. Look, people talking about NASA, Mercedes, helicopter. Y'all sleeping on Alabama. And so I was like, I have somebody that I think you should meet, or whatever the case may be. Now, let me tell y'all about hookups. When you get a certain age or you get in a certain social class, I just believe that hooking somebody up through a person that you know that respects you and you respect them, I feel like they have to respect the situation. When you date a stranger, you just left outside. Wherever the cards may lay, then that's what it is. But if somebody directly introduces you to somebody, they have to hold some kind of respect to how they gonna treat you, because they know in real life they gotta treat you and respect you. Fast forward, y'all. I done gave the numbers. I hooked them up, y'all. Somebody done called. So and so, first thing out the gate, oh, I want to flyer someplace. I want to have security, flashing lights. Just tell me everything I need to do. And I'm like, well, dang. So the first date was.
You get on my nerves. Y'all, this is
no, but we gotta get to the point of I gotta tell y'all about Melody character, which when we get to the end, y'all really gonna see how cool my friend is. So Melody get flued out, y'all, on the highest level. Folks got security. I done got a little video with the flashing lights in the front, or whatever the case may be. Melody was treated very well. Came back. I could be transparent, y'all. Nothing physical happened, right? So this person is like, I really like her. Now me, I'm like, listen, she a big package. I want to make sure. Don't try. This lady got kids with an S. So let's make sure. And I remember like Valentine's Day was coming up, and they was like, so, and this is not like Africa. I don't know why they got access to so many flowers so easily and effortlessly. They like, I want to send 250 dozens of roses to Melody. I said, what? So they was like, I want to send 250 dozen roses to Melody. I'm like, this ain't Africa. In America, that was gonna be like $12,000. Like, what? And they like make it happen. I was like, and then me, I'm a hater. I'm like, I ain't sending mail 250 dozens. I'm not about to give mail 12. You could give mail $12,000 before we buy $12,000 worth of flowers. I'm not the friend you want to call on that. I wasn't being a hater, but we wasn't about to send $12,000 worth of flowers. Can you transfer Zelle, Cash App, like $12,000? I'm like, okay, just meet me in the middle, okay? I'm gonna go. We gonna structure some flowers. We gonna spend a significant amount of money. I even found a black florist, y'all, because I was like, if I'm gonna give away this kind of money, I'm gonna give it to a black florist. I'm not about to call. I didn't call Venus LaFlora. I called a black person that's selling flowers. Like, hey, we about to get this check. Let me get you some money for your business. So these people about to pay. Fast forward, Mel got the flowers. I just want to fast forward in the story that this person did everything necessary to date Mel, to court Mel, to not try to get her physically. Look, I just got chills. And my friend was just like, this is not the person for me. Like, I know this is not the person that God has for me. And I felt like, damn, that's grown, because there's a lot of people out here that would have only looked at the financial part. They would have only looked at the money part or the gifts. And I'm talking about they was courting on the highest level. Like, I want her. But Mel looked at the person, their lifestyle, how much they traveled, what they got going on. And she was like, this is not my person. And this is what I say about the responsibility when other people hook up other people, because that thing didn't end with two people blowing up up or not being friends, or it didn't end up disrespectful. Nobody ended up feeling like somebody was using the other person. And then guess what? Me and her still friends, me and him still friends. I'm talking about every time he get a chance, where Mel at? I be like, leave her alone. He be like, that don't be my wife. I be like, that is not your wife, because she said you are not her wife. Okay, that is not your wife. So I can respect it. And ladies, if somebody is not for you, leave that man for somebody else. Like don't waste people's time. Don't break people's hearts. I think that's a Mel, you the MVP, because I might have rolled that one out for a little bit. All that money that was
No, and I told you so crazy. But listen, y'all, this is our first time talking about this and like really going into details about the situation. But I remember I told her, I was like, I was like, no, I said, and I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to break his heart, but I know he's not. I would love just being his friend. We can be friends, but no, like. And then it was, well, I don't know if he will be able to be okay with just being friends with me, because he really likes me, And I'm not a user. Remember, I was like, I'm not gonna use him. I'm not gonna do none of that. Like, no, ma'am. And like you said, I could text him or call him right now. He'll be like, Melody. He'll be like, Melody, what are you
The man went crazy when she got a G-Wagon. Who bought that G-Wagon? Who bought her this car? I could have bought her this car. I said, but you didn't buy the car. So I know where the car came from. But you didn't buy it. They was upset, like, I could have bought the G-Wagon. I'm thinking to myself, Mel, they could have bought the G-Wagon. But Mel was like, no, like,
my G-Wagon. That's right. That's right. It's a level of independence, and it's a level of my blessings, knowing that it's only coming from God. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not having to use nobody for nothing. I ain't having to mistreat nobody for my blessings. I ain't trying to get over on nobody for my blessings. Like, this is legit 100, period. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Well, listen, Chanita, because I got to go up on the parasail in the sky over there, sky up top, okay? But listen, this has been so much fun.
I love you so much. Listen, I got to do.
Y'all go follow her. I need to tell them real quickly. Y'all go follow her. She's also a coach, mentor. She's always doing, her philanthropy in Africa, so you can donate to that. I always say you can't get there, but work on sending the people that can't go. So make sure you go over there and donate. Dr. Chanita, Chanita Foster. Y'all go follow her, support my girl.
Yes, I gotta end on my shameless plugs. It's three things that's close to my heart. First thing she said, the philanthropy piece. I said this weekend, little money equals big money. You have to put seeds in the ground to get something. So you don't have to give to me, give to somebody somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around the world. That's first. Number two, the coaching is peace, purpose, paid. Because you remember I said that I went through a depression. I had a suicide attempt. I believe if you master your peace and you understand your purpose, getting paid will become so much easier. And it's like people want the money. And so I was like, okay. And literally we were just talking, you need to come. I even pay for you to come. We're going to Dubai in October. You coming?
Let's go.
Mel.
Let's go.
Beginning of October, I do peace, purpose, paid. Mel, you know how I travel, Mel. So you up in Mercedes Benz and high level cars, but we're gonna go find our peace. We're gonna talk about purpose on a yacht. I don't know if y'all follow me, but everything I do got to be 5-star. And then we're gonna talk about paid, but I want Mel to come. I'll take care of Mel's whole trip. The trip is only for about 10, maybe 15 people. I can't move around with that because I move at a certain level, but definitely peace, purpose, last, Mel. And I'm gonna send you a bottle when you get back, Mel.
Yes.
Listen, you the kids, I am really focused on, after my nephew just passed away. Now it's about 2 weeks ago. I really focus on people
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
much just being wealthy, but also being healthy. And so it's
Right.
not a shameless plug. This is my life. And I really want people to be alive. I want people to live the best version of their life. I want people to wake up and to feel good. Having a child that went through cancer, having people that have so many ailments, we can't keep playing with our health. So it's not really a shame. This is really near and dear to my heart that if you have the opportunity to have access to something, it may not just be alive, it could be CMOS, it could be whatever you want. Take care of your health. We get one life, we have one body, we have this mind, and we have to take care of it. So I had to say that because those are my shameless plugs. I wouldn't be who I am if I'm not saving the world, loving people, and getting healthy. Mel, I love you. I want to cry so bad. I thank you for being an amazing
Okay,
friend,
don't you?
for being a friend that is not the TV friend, that checks on me, that calls me. This live had upwardly to 1,000 people. And I know that those 1,000 people, majority of them came from your side. And there's some people that would be so afraid to share their platform, to even go live with somebody because of their selfish intentions in life and in business. And when I said, Mel, let's just go live and talk, you didn't say, no, girl, let your manager talk to my manager, or your people get with my people, or don't talk about your book, or don't talk about that alive juice. Focus on it. You were like, whatever you need. Asked you for some information the other day, and I couldn't figure out how to get it. I kept asking people, how do you do this? How do you do that? And nobody wanted to give me the information, man. You were the first number that da 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 da. For damn thing, because we get on the plane, we on the boat, we on the beach, we a horrible mama. But they can go off in the world and go do whatever they want to do, be what they want to be, and nobody questions the level of parenting of who they are and what they're doing. So I just wanted to end by saying I thank you and I love you, and I can't wait for us to link up. Post the video, girl. I gotta see the video of us.
Okay, I love you too. I love you. Thank you so much. You already know how I feel about my sis right here. Y'all, Dr. Chanita Foster, head over there, get her book. Girl, I'm not tripping, I'm depressed. Get that Alive juice. Sign up for her Peace Pay Purpose mentorship. Y'all go on and get with it.
They're gonna be mad at us in the
I love you, sis.
That's all right. I get your shit
ready.
paid for. I ain't even worried about it, Mel.
Oh, girl, I know you. I already know, girl.
Love you too. I'll talk to you
I
soon.
love you. Hey. Okay.